Hi guys, welcome back to Puck Beauty Oz. My name is Lulu and today I'll be doing my Mino haul video. Check out my next video to see how I got this look. I decided to do something a bit more colorful just because I'm about to take my hair out, so I'm like, why not do something bright? And I used as many Mino products as I could for this that kind of fit the theme. I think I'll do another more bronzed and muted down one later to feature some more of the products that I have. I've got the receipt here so I don't misquote the prices of everything, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I guess I'll do it in order of what you'd use on your face. I have the Matte and Smooth Primer by Mino. I did talk about this in my last video about how it's hilarious that everything's just called the something, you know, it's not really called anything. And I love it, it's pretty funny, but yeah. Anyway, so this is the Matte and Smooth Primer. It's a silicone based primer. I'll like squeeze some out there. You can see it's clear and it really does like smooth out everything on your face. Your face feels so smooth after. So I guess it like fills in the pores and doesn't have a shiny or like a wet feel like I think most primers that I've used have had. Like, I've got oily skin, so moisturizing primers are not my friend. Like, I have to stay away from them as much as possible. So this one's really good if you have oily skin, and it is 30 mils, and you just need a tiny bit. Like that bit I showed you would do probably most of your face. So, and that came in at like $21.95, so about $22, which I think is really good considering like the quality. These are made in Italy and everything. If you were to get a primer from somewhere like MAC, which I think it's not quite as good quality, I will say. No offense to Mino or anything, just like some of the items. Anyways, I'll get to that. I'll talk to you about it. But yeah, if you went to some other more high-end stores, you'd be paying a lot more than $22 for this much product to prime your face. I think the MAC primer is like $30 or something, which isn't too much more, but I don't know. I think like even that was a bit of a splurge. But anyways, rambling. The next thing I'll probably use is the eye primer, just because I usually do my eyebrows and my eyeshadows before I do the rest of my face. And this one is called the eye primer, as you may have guessed. And this one came in at, let me find out, drum roll please. Yeah, it came in at $13, so $12.95, and you get 10 mils of product. You just use the tiniest bit. I'm sure you've seen in my videos how much I use for both eyes. It's like usually just one squeeze and that's enough for both of my eyes. So yeah, I think that one's really good value. It really helps the colors to stay on. Brings out a bit more pigment, especially if you like darker, where sometimes the shadows in the tray comes out looking really different on your skin. This helps like kind of alleviate that a little bit, not completely, but it does help a little bit. So I really like that one. My next thing, because I said I do my eyeshadow and my eyes before I do the rest of my face, is the eyeshadow palette. Now this one I think is definitely one of the better value for money things. I'm still playing around with it. I used 2 of the colors from this one, 3 of the colors from this one, and it comes, let me open it up. It's got 6 colors, and for this look I used 3. I usually use the gold one. As you can see, it's got the most indents other than the green that I used today. But yeah, it's really good quality. I like swatch one. That's the gold, that's the green, that's that chalky gray, that's like the metallic gray, and you can see like the quality is there. It's amazing, and they feel like really soft. They're not very chalky. The matte one I think is a bit, but to be fair, like when you do it with your finger, it is a bit different as to like when you're putting it on your lid. And I found that you really have to build it up sometimes if you really want it to pop, even after using a primer. But for, sorry, I'm just cleaning my fingers, but for $25 for 6 pigments, I think that's really good. It works out to be less than $5 per color, so I think it's pretty good quality. Granted, these two colors are a bit more difficult to use, but this isn't the only palette they have. This is the eyeshadow palette 101. I think there's another one that I saw in store. I'm not too sure what it is. I might look it up and put it down there below. If that palette, I also got this other eyeshadow, which is the eyeshadow, which you may have guessed, 109. I actually got this because the lady recommended it for brows, but personally I prefer having like a gel base instead of just putting powder over my brows. I know it looks a bit more natural with just the powder, but that's not what I'm going for. Sorry. If you like it, then you like it, but for me personally, it's not really something I'm a fan of. I'm like, if I want natural brows, I'll just won't do anything to my brows, you know. Or I'm not wearing makeup. When I wear makeup, I want it to look like I'm wearing makeup. Unless it's like more like a work makeup, but then even then, my eyebrows, I'm like, I don't know, it's just a thing. I guess it's because it took me ages to get into eyebrows. Now I'm like super particular about like, you know, I don't know. But yeah, so this is just a dark brown color. This one actually works really well if you want to like seal your contour. I use it for that. I use it to create depth in my smirky eyes. And yeah, it's really versatile. This is, oh, I don't know how many grams it is. I don't know, but you can see it's a huge pen. Like it's almost the size of the palm of my hand. It looks fairly deep. I haven't scratched the bottom yet, and I use it quite a bit. It swatches pretty well. I don't know, I still got a bit of the metallics from the other palette, sorry. And this one came in at, let's see, the eyeshadow, $10.95. So that was about $11, which is quite expensive. However, you do get so much of it, and it's so versatile. It's not just an eyeshadow, especially for the darker skinned people. If you're looking for an eyeshadow to contour your face with, I know my sister uses the Bobbi Brown like deep eyeshadow, and that one was $40 alone, and it's about the same size as this. So $12, $11, whatever it is, $11. I think that's a bargain because you can do so much with it. As I said, for your eyebrows, like the lady said, for eyeshadow, contouring, I don't know, I love it. I use it heaps. It's one of the more used products. I did get a lot of eyeshadows actually, now I look at it, but oh well, let's keep going. The next ones I got were the cream eyeshadows, and you would have seen these in my last video, my cut crease video. I used them, and in this one I used the rose pinky color. Well, I don't want to call it rose pink just because I don't know whether it's because of my skin tone. It doesn't come out rose pink. It's just like a metallic-y kind of pink. So this one I used as my eyeliner today, and these are really good, I think, anyways. Once they dry, they won't move unless you wash your face, which is amazing because sometimes with cream eyeshadows they crease even with the primers and stuff that I found anyways. So these ones are like, they're solid, they will not move. And I got 3 of them. So 2, 3. I got one 313, which is the one I used in my cut crease video, which is like this goldy color. As you can see, I have been in it a bit. I got this one, which is 312, which is that pinky one I was telling you about that I used in as my eyeliner. I was hoping it would be a bit more rose gold, but I still like the pink aspect to it. And I got the 314, which is this really dark brown. I think because of the heat it's moved around a bit, but I haven't really used it just because I don't know actually. I don't know why I haven't used it. I'll play around with it. I'll probably put a video out trying to feature this one as soon as I can. But yeah, it's like a really dark brown. I think it's I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's like a metallic-y dark brown, which is really pretty, I think. Well, I think it's really pretty, not I think it's really pretty, I don't know. But anyways, sorry about that inflection lesson. So those ones were about $14 each, and as I said, sometimes the prices sound a bit like pricey, but if you're going to other places and you're looking for this much product, it doesn't tell me how many grams there are. I don't really understand the thing, the 12M kind of thing. I don't know. I'll look it up. If I can find it, I'll put it at the bottom. If not, my other one just decided to roll away, so whatever. I'll look it up. I'll put it at the bottom if I can find it. If not, they're pretty big. Like you can see in the tub that it goes pretty low. Granted, there is a lot of glass, but they're also pretty wide. So for $13, $14, I'm pretty happy with it. And eyeliners. So I got this bronze, the eyeliner, and this is in the color 506. I just liked it because it's really, really pretty and it's really kind of neutral. I haven't actually used it as an eyeliner. I'll just like swatch it on the back of my hand here. I haven't used it as an eyeliner. I kind of use it as an eyeshadow. And I think that's just super pretty. If you like just have nothing on and then just do that, I think it would make like a really big statement, or like a subtle statement, I mean, not really a big one. And I got this one, the automatic eye pencil, to match. This one isn't an exact match of it, but it's pretty close to line like your bottom waterline. So I just thought those were really pretty neutral colors to have. And for me, I find it's really difficult to find really neutral, like bronzy colors. I've been looking around for ages, so I was really happy with those ones. I was a bit disappointed that they didn't have them in eyeshadows, but that's okay. And the eyeliner came in at Automatic Eyeliner, which is the one that I used for my bottom waterline, is $12.50, which is a bit more than I like to spend for eyeliners, to be honest, just because I feel like you can get fairly good ones for about $10 or $10 or less. But for the color, I think it was worth it. I meant eyeliners is in like black or like, yeah, just the basic colors, but that one's really nice. And for the color eyeliner, which is this one, came in at $12.95 as well, which I think is a steal just because of the color, the pigment, and this one is also like the cream eyeshadows where once you put it on, it doesn't really move when it dries. That part was wet, sorry, but once it dries, it'll just stay there. And yeah, I don't know, I just really like it, and it's really good quality. The fact that it's made in Italy and everything as well, and it's still so affordable. These aren't, well, I don't know, for like non-drugstore makeup, I would say that they're really, really affordable and they're really good quality. Obviously you could go to like a pharmacy or like a dollar shop and find things for a lot cheaper, but I don't know what the quality would be like compared to these ones. That's how come I'm saying that. Price points and quality, they're a big hit for me. And finally, for the eyes, I know most of the things I did get were for the eyes, was this lengthening mascara. I put it on for this video, but I'm also wearing eyelashes, and it works pretty well. It's not like the best, but it does do a lot for like lengthening lashes. I've got really short and curly lashes, and lots of mascaras tend to focus on like curl or like volume, and I don't really need it. I just need the length, so that's like I'm on for the lengthening one. I probably could have gone with the volumizing one. I think that might have been a better fit, but you do gain noticeable length with this. And this one is $14, which I think is awesome for a full-size mascara that works really well. Granted, it's not my favorite one. My favorite one is still my Coral Colors Lavish Lashes one, which is for $10 and it has the same kind of amount of product, and it's got argan oil in it. But this one's still really good. I still like it. Now, I only have a couple more products left. As I said, most of the things I did get were for the eyes. And now it's time for the foundation. Yes, you heard that correctly. I got foundation for less than $30, and it's darker than me. This is my contouring color. I actually mix it in with my normal foundation now just because it's summer and I'm a bit darker, so I mix it in with my normal foundation just to add a bit more depth to it so it matches my body better, as you can see. Well, I don't know if you noticed the difference, but I do. I've noticed it. And this one, sorry, lost my receipt. This one came in at $25 and you get 30 milliliters of product. This is the color 216. And it's a 3-in-1 foundation. So the parts that it does is it's a foundation, it's a concealer, and it is a sunscreen. So that's the 3 parts in one, which I think is really good. The color, as I said, I've never seen any foundation like this color or anything close to my skin tone or darker for that price point. Usually what I have to do is go to MAC or Bobbi Brown, where their foundations are like, I think they're about they're at the $50–60 mark, which is like, I don't know, I could get like 2 of these for the price of 1 of those. So that's really good. And last and definitely not least, actually I think it's one of my favorites. Or favorites, I don't know, everyone says I say favorite weirdly, so whatever, I don't know, is the micellar gel. So for those of you who don't really know about micellar, it's like, let me look it up so I don't give you the wrong information. But it's a makeup remover, and okay, so micellar water or micellar gel, I know Garnier, L'Oreal, and lots of other makeup brands also have their own versions of these. So it's an aggregate of molecules in a colloidal solution. So for those of you who don't know too much about chemistry, it's like a bunch of, I don't know how to explain this in like layman's terms. It's a group of molecules that are in a solution, that are like suspended in the solution or dissolved in the solution. I don't know. If you're a chemistry major or a chemistry teacher, please don't get upset with me if I'm explaining this wrong. But yeah, it's in a solution, and these molecules, like detergent, attract and absorb fatty molecules such as dirt and oil and makeup, which is really good if you have sensitive skin. A lot of the old makeup removers were kind of like alcohol based, I think, but for me, like the smell of it and stuff, I'd say it was like an alcohol based solution, which is really bad if you have like dry or sensitive skin, because it dries the skin out even more and can potentially damage the skin. So this is, yeah, check it out, look it up. But yeah, it's really good. I was using it with like cotton swabs, but I found that I was wasting a lot of it. So what I do is I spread it all over my face. I get a small amount, spread it all over my face, and then I rinse it off with water, and that works just as well, if not better, than using like cotton swabs and like putting a bit on them and like doing that. And this one came in at $11, so you can see why it's definitely one of my favorites. You get 200 milliliters of this gel, and I've been wearing makeup almost not almost every day, at least 3 times a week, and I take it off using this, and you can see I've still got like so much product left. You just use the tiniest bit, it goes so far, and it's only $11. So yeah, this one's definitely one of my favorites. These two would probably, I get top. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do a top 3 or top favorites, because I'm like, oh, but I really like the primer. Actually, no, but for price point, I'd say these two are probably the best value for money. In the fact that the color range is there, price is there, it does a lot, and it actually has a waterproof finish for this foundation. And this one is just, it's like $11. You get so much. I don't think I'll need to replace this for another 6 months at least, at the rate that I'm using it anyways. And yeah, it's freaking $11. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me again today. I hope I've let you know about different products that you may or may not have heard of before. I hadn't heard of Mina before. I actually just kind of stumbled upon it when I was in Melbourne. I was shopping and looking around, and I looked at the store, and it was just really colorful. But it wasn't colorful as in like it was everywhere. It was like kind of like little boxes of like color and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, this looks cool. And they're having like Boxing Day sales, so there was like a thing of lipsticks for like $3 or $4. I didn't end up getting any just because I got so distracted by everything else. By the time I got to lipsticks, I'm like, Lulu, you spent enough. Just get out of there, you know? So that's what I did. And yeah, check them out on Facebook. I'll link them below. It's Mina, but the M is just a 3 because they write their M on the side like this. And yeah. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week. Please check out my next video, which is how to get this look. I used a few of the Mina products I mentioned before, mostly the palette, one of the cream eyeshadows, and the foundation. And yeah, thanks so much. Bye.